now Chrisean Rock is busy putting out all these videos about Blueface. She's just coming off to me now like if she's a scorned woman. What she needs to do is concentrate on that baby, on fixing the issues concerning the baby, and forget about Blueface, because he's off doing his own thing with his women, okay? Now, we heard where she said he did not go to visit the baby initially. He just came to do music when he was in Baltimore. And she also said that he posted these pics on the internet about the baby's genitalia. Well, my question is, if he did not visit the baby while he was in Baltimore, how come we saw video footage of him kissing the baby and visiting the baby and sleeping side by side with the baby? Something is not right. Chrisean is not telling the whole truth. Now, it's common knowledge now that yes, indeed, he did post these pics. And he said his phone was hacked into. Later on, he did admit that he did post the pics. But I think he put out that statement initially to quiet Chrisean down. But nobody was buying it. And he eventually fessed up that he did do it because he wanted to shame Chrisean, because according to Blueface, she missed a couple of doctor's appointments in order to fix this hernia condition that this baby have. And he said he wanted to shame her. In that way, she would put the baby first. The baby would be priority instead of her hop, skipping, and jumping to do her music. Well, he got a backlash for it because she said she was going to file charges. I don't know if she did. I keep checking the internet to see if she did file charges, but so far I'm not coming up with anything. What we do know is that she threatened to file charges for Blueface exposing the baby's genitalia on the internet. So now I want to examine some of the videos that she put out concerning this matter.
Yeah, the surgery is tomorrow. Oh, yeah. I'm sure. I'm trying to communicate to him what's going on with our kid. Like, he came out healthy and stuff, but these checkups and all this other stuff.
So in the beginning of this clip, she said the surgery is tomorrow. So later on in this video, she's going to explain that she thought that the consultations was the surgery. So every time she had a consult with a different doctor concerning the hernia, she thought it was the surgery. And that's why she said the surgery was tomorrow. She didn't know it was just a consultation. And when you're not in the medical field, these things you get confused with. And the doctors, I guess, should have told her that it's just a consultation. I'm sure they did, but she probably didn't even understand what they were telling her. It's just a consultation, not the surgery. Including Blueface, he thought she was missing appointments, but in fact, she wasn't missing appointments. She was actually being consulted with different doctors concerning the surgery. And Blueface thought that she was dragging her leg and missing appointments to get the surgery. These things take time. It's not a snap of the finger. Oh, let's make the appointment next week and the following week is the surgery. No, the child has to be consulted. They got to check out the child if the child is in good health. Any colds, if the child is running a fever, cold, and a whole other, a bunch of stuff. They got to, set aside the OR for the surgery and check the roster with who is going in that day for surgery and where they are on the list. And, anesthesiologist, she has to consult with the anesthesiologist also. So it's a whole team that she needed to consult with. And each one of them are not going to meet her on the same day. Sometimes they do and sometimes they don't. If they don't, then it's a holdup. Then you got to see one this week, the next day, and maybe next week another one. For most people, I should say, they see the whole team in a room the same day, and everybody explains to the mother or the father what their role is and what they will be doing for the child. So really and truly, since Chrisean didn't make this child on her own by herself, Blueface should have been right there with her. So the things that she didn't understand, he could have explained it to her and vice versa. So it was really selfish of him not to get involved at all. because it is overwhelming for a new mother. Now, I had put out a previous video where I said it's her fault that the child had the hernia because she was smoking while she was pregnant, according to Blueface. But I got to retract that, because sometimes children have hernias and mothers do the right thing. They don't smoke, they don't drink, they don't do drugs. They do all the right things, go prenatal care and all of that, and the child still gets a hernia. So I got to retract that, and I have to say, perhaps it's not her fault. At this point, it makes no sense to finger point, and especially with a young mother who's feeling bad already. So that was not very kind of me to say that it was her fault. Shame on me for doing that. You know, I'm kicking myself in the ass. Okay, I'm using my heel, and you know my foot is going backward, just kicking myself. Sorry about that, Chrisean Rock. And that was like a week ago.
The surgery is tomorrow. The surgery is tomorrow.
So here is Blueface explaining why he missed the birth. Guys, remember, Chrisean had put it out there where he was partying with some women down in Miami.
So, yeah, I don't need no fucking her. No, listen, I didn't make the birth because she didn't invite me. She didn't let me know nothing. And she was just doing some Instagram stuff. So I was just like, all right, how am I supposed to rearrange myself to, just get over there?
So Blueface said, how is he supposed to rearrange his schedule pretty much at the last moment? And she did not tell him. But guess what, Mr. Blueface? These kids come whenever they get good and ready. That's why the doctor gave an approximation of your due date. But that does not mean that child is going to come on that date. Blueface knew the due date, so he knew she was expected to give birth at any time. So why the excuse? So she was really expected at any time. So how can he now say, well, how can I rearrange my schedule at the last moment? You know, the woman was almost ready to give birth. She was the 9 month and she was ready. She was at the 9 month. And so he should have been expecting that call. But he's so negligent and he's so, I guess, determined not to be a part of this child's life and just to make Chrisean's life a living hell, that he just decided to be absent. That's how I see it. Listen, I could be wrong, but that's how I see it. How could she predict when the baby is coming? The baby is going to come whenever the baby gets good and ready. When that mother goes into labor, you just got to have her go back to snatch it up and head for the car and get out there to the hospital. But I think Blueface was really trying to spite and is trying to spite Chrisean Rock, because he had told her to get an abortion in her 5th month. And she was crying. I remember that video where she said she thought she was 2 months because she wanted to get an abortion at that time also, but she was in her 5th month. She did not even know she was past the 2-month threshold. That tells me that she did not have any type of prenatal care early on. So the bottom line is he should have been ready, prepared, and drop everything and head to the hospital if he wanted to get to the hospital. The fact that he wasn't there, she called him, she said she was dialing him, he wouldn't pick up the phone. He was partying in Miami with, I think it was his baby mama or some other female.
Am I supposed to rearrange myself to,
So according to what Blueface is saying, she didn't let him know about the birth. And the thing is, it sounds like if she let him know at the last moment. But what Blueface does not realize is that you don't know when the baby is coming. There's a due date, but that does not mean the baby is going to come on that day. So everybody got to be on standby, including the papi. Now, when she called at the last moment, because she said she was trying to reach him, when she did contact him to let him know that she was in labor, he didn't pick up the phone. Well, guess what? If you know your girlfriend is expecting any day now, as soon as you saw that number, you should have been picking up. So I think Blueface dropped the ball. He can make all kinds of excuses now, but he dropped the ball. If he wanted to be at the birth of his son, he should have picked up that phone because he knew why she was calling. She probably was in labor because it was the 9th hour. She was due any day now. So he dropped the ball. And with all the bitterness that going back and forth, they're going back and forth with this nastiness, this bitterness. The child is going to pay in the long run because the child later on in life is going to be looking at these videos. So they need to stop and get on with raising this child. And Chrisean got to stop playing these games. One minute she's saying he's the father, and the next minute she's saying he's not the father. Well, if he's in doubt, he's not going to embrace his child as his own. So Chrisean got to stop with the mind manipulation because it's not working. It's only driving him further away. This is how women mess themselves up. They try to get even with the father by saying, you're not the dad. But guess what? Once that seed is planted in the mind of that man that he may not be the father, he's not going to love upon that child like he should. So in this upcoming clip, we hear Chrisean saying the baby did not get surgery because she met with the doctors and it was a consult. She thought it was a surgery appointment. It wasn't. It was a consult. And I think when you're new and learning about all these things, a lot of things go above your head if it's not explained to you properly and broken down to the nitty gritty. So I'm sure the doctors probably told her, come in for a consultation concerning the baby's hernia, and she thought it was surgery. She probably did not know what a consultation is, and a lot of people don't know what a consultation is. And if the doctors don't tell them it's only a consultation, it's not surgery, a lot of people might think that consultation is surgery.
He did not get surgery. So I don't know what he's talking about. Talking about, oh, the baby had to get surgery. He did need surgery, but he didn't have surgery. He needs surgery for his hernia because his daddy want to talk all this bullshit. So we're gonna clear it up. He didn't get surgery yet, and yes, he has to get surgery for hernia.
So we hear Chrisean saying the baby did not get surgery yet. And previously, in the beginning of the video, she said the surgery is tomorrow. Here she's saying he didn't get surgery yet. He has to get surgery, but he didn't get it yet. So she was kind of confused. And it goes back to what I was saying. She thought the consultation was the surgery. So this next video, she talks about Blueface posting the hernia, exposing the genitalia area where the hernia is. She was very upset, as she should be. This is when you have no communication. This is what happens. Because he said he wanted to post it to shame her for not making the doctor's appointment and skipping the appointment to set up the surgery date. Now, she's upset because he posted it. Had they been communicating, this would not have happened. So in this next clip, we hear Chrisean telling us and giving us an update that she is flying into Baltimore this weekend because it's the weekend of her son's surgery.
I gotta go to Baltimore this weekend. I leave today. And my baby gotta go through this procedure. Very what's that called? Good spirits about it. It was a hell of a process though. Cause you can't just take him in and you have to schedule a surgery. You have to see we just gotta go through multiple times of like it was times I showed up the appointment, right? And I'm thinking it's a surgery date. It was only a consult, like whatever, how you say it.
Consultation.
And then it kept like dragging, like.
So that's good news, folks. After all this drama, we're coming to the end of the rainbow concerning this child's hernia and the surgery. And we're gonna say a prayer for Chrisean Rock Jr. that he comes through this surgery. We are putting it in God's hand. You know, guys, whenever you go under anesthesia, it's always, a scary business. So we're wishing all the best for this baby. So the next clip, Chrisean talks about she could not change the baby's name to Jonathan. She just couldn't do it. And then he wanted her to sign over or put his name back on the check for Zeus Network that they distributed to her. He wanted his name. Can you imagine the audacity? This woman is hardworking and this man wants to claim her money. And I guess he's going to punish her to the child because he don't have that control anymore. She walked away, she said, from a lot of money she left with him because he refused to hand it over to her. And so now she's independent of him. She's going to be able to keep all her money. So now that he don't have control over Chrisean, now he's working on the other baby mama. He's trying to make her an artist so he can put some money in his pocket off of her, like he did with Chrisean.
Actually, I'm cool with your bitch ass, your bitch, anything you want. I'll be cool. But when it got to the nitty gritty of changing the name, I couldn't change the name. I don't want to. When it got to the nitty gritty to actually sign paperwork with Milk Music, I don't want to. I didn't do it. And then when he want my checks back into his name from Zeus, I didn't want to do it. I can't do it. So you post a picture of my son dick for clout. Why are you posting our son, bro? So why would you post it, bro?
Chrisean is really expressing a lot of raw emotion concerning Blueface exposing her son's hernia and genitalia. But it also sounded to me as if she needs some help. That kind of wailing, that kind of bawling, and just outright weeping on the internet. To me, there's a lot more. There are layers to this crying. It's not only her son that was exposed, it's other things. The feeling, I guess, of abandonment from Blueface, that he wasn't there for the birth, that she's got to go at this alone. And I guess the realization that she is a single mom. All of that is part of this crying. All of that is coming down hard on her. So she's really bawling. She needs to go into some type of therapy.
And that's crazy. I sent the picture to let him know that it's serious matters about her kid. I would never knew if I sent that you was going to post it. Ooh, bro, if my brothers wasn't locked up, bro, it would be a lot going on, bro. You need to just go to jail, bro. You just do. You just need to go get sent away, bro. Your probation officer need to do what he said on that paperwork. He said what he said. You already got a bullshit ass probation officer that's not fucking with you. Now you trying all your best bets, bro. You better off. You're better off dying, bro. Real shit, bro. You're better off being not here, bro. Real shit. Like, I don't even know why we even had a child together. It brings the most evil part I've ever seen. Like, I've seen the evil shit before, but when I got pregnant and you was trying to kill me while I was pregnant, when I was 5 months, that shit was evil enough. Then when the baby's here, you post his dick? Whoa. Like, Blue, you can't max out. You maxed out already, bitch. You're a cold-hearted bitch, and you might be gay on the low. Fuck. How about you tell little baby how you want to think about him? You're rapping about him. You're tweeting about him. That's some gay-ass shit. Niggas do that when niggas got crushes on people. Remember when we were a kid and you got a crush on somebody when you was little? And you used to mess with them and pick with them and agitate them, but only because you like them? He like little baby. He's gay. He want to be the hoochie. Fuck. He want to fill up on the booty. He's posting our son dick. He want to fill up on the booty. He's dirty. Are you Jay, this nigga posted Junior dick, bro. Online. Huh? That's weird as shit. Talking about his hernias. Alright, now I'm just questioning. Son in the butt? Now I'm going there with what we might be thinking. Are you gay? Bitch, you put my son dick on the internet. Everything I was saying, I'm stuck on the picture, boy. You're weird, bro. You went beyond weird, bro. Gay people don't do that, bro. Abusers do that. You're abusing what you know. Swear to God. So tell little baby you have a crush on him. Tell him you not me. And let him know and let the world know, you're a weirdo. You posted your son dick. Okay, post Javon dick pictures that you have in your phone from his phone. When Javon took pictures in his phone of his dick, you sent them to your phone. Post that, Blueface. Post your other son's dick pictures that your son took. Not the one that I wanted you to be concerned about your son too. Post your other son. Post his dick. So we can know how his dick's supposed to look. Huh? Huh? Exactly, that's weird. You're doing weirdo shit. You're doing pedophile shit. You're doing gay shit. I don't stand for that shit. You need to go to hell. Today. You need to go to jail. Today. No money, no child support. But I'm pressing charges, bro. You don't play this police game. Okay.
About 4 days ago, Chrisean said she was going to file charges against Blueface. I keep looking at the internet to see if she posted anything on these charges she was supposed to be filing, and I don't think she filed charges. The bottom line is this is her baby's father, and I don't think she wants him in jail.
But I'm pressing charges, bro. It's our son, but you're treating it like it's my son, because if it was your son, I wouldn't think that you post your son's penis like that. And then you thinking like, it ain't gonna get serious, bro, you're going to go to jail. I got my attorney already working on it. All I gotta do is sign it. Nigga, you'll be locked up within 24 hours. Don't go to your house tonight. They're gonna be at your door. I'll be at your door right now. Weirdo. He get ridiculed. He say his page got hacked. He don't even know, like, you know you're going to jail, right? That's a little kid. You've been reported, right? You know you got court, right? And you know your probation wants you to go to jail, right? So why would you put our son's life on no money, no child support?
So this next clip is when Chrisean was 5 months. She thought she was about 2 months pregnant. She was actually 5. And Blueface was pressuring her to get an abortion. And she said she was going to get an abortion, but then she found out she was 5 months already. And this is her response.
I'm 5 months? No! Like, what? No! What are you saying? Like, for real? When I see my stomach, I'm like, oh, it must be like 2 months. You feel me? I'm 5. I'm 5 months. No! Like, what? No! What are you saying? Like, for real?
In this next clip, she's talking about her and Blue not in good communication. There's a breakdown with communication. So how can they properly communicate if there's no communication concerning their child?
Then it's about another that don't even talk to me. I don't have no relations with. I have no relations with. We don't talk, cahoot, nothing. Y'all did that little subliminal tweet shit, whatever. Blue, you was stretching. You made it about you. And I did the little music video with you. You didn't come see your son. You came to do the music video. Like, let's be clear. You came to Baltimore when I'm calling you saying your son got possibly surgery, but we're going to talk to the surgeon and the doctors and schedule a firm date for him to go in anesthesia and shit like that. We have to talk to the anesthesiologist. I need to talk to the whole front line of who's going to be operating on my son. Yeah, that's why it took a little minute for me to really get a date, a confirmed date, bro. You came to Baltimore. You didn't give a fuck about no appointment. You gave a fuck about that video. This little baby. You got your diss out. You left. You went back to Cali. You came back to LA. What I do? I stayed in Baltimore. Made sure my baby was straight. Then I flew back. Got the heads up. Oh, he got an appointment. Okay, cool. Flew back out. What you do? You did a show. And then you said Chrisean had to handle serious matters. So now you're trying to say I'm unfit. Now you're trying to say I was pushing the appointments. Now you're trying to play with the appointments. Because you know you getting all that bad shit for posting my son. You shouldn't have posted when you was, bro. You should have thought about it when you sober, or called Whack 100, because Whack 100 wouldn't have vouched for that. And if Whack 100 vouching for that shit you just did, y'all get, swear to God, y'all playing with me. Then boom, you was never. Let me go back, cause you keep. You're such a bitch ass. You let whatever going on between us to expose our son for what? Nobody gaining from here, bro. I'm glad my kid don't understand what that means. You hear me? But say if he was 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, he gonna be smart as shit to know what's up. Expose this to the world. And that's crazy. I sent the picture to let him know that it's serious matters about our kid. I would never knew if I said that you was gonna post it. Bro, my brothers wasn't locked up, bro. It'd be a lot going on, bro.
Well, I'm glad her brothers are not involved because they would have gotten into more trouble. A lot of times when family get involved in this type of business between two grown adults, they end up behind bars because they end up doing something they should not do. Although the brothers are locked up, could have been worse if they had gotten involved in this because Blueface is hot-tempered and he is a boxer, so I'm sure they would have exerted some type of force because it's just a bad situation all the way around. Blueface and Chrisean really needs to step in the adult role and stop acting as children and deal with this matter behind the scenes. We don't have to know what's going on.
You need to just go to jail, bro. You just do. Just need to go get sent away, bro. Did that picture turn you on? You're goofy, bro. Nick, you deserve whatever you got coming after this. Swear to God. So tell little baby you have a crush on him, and let him know, and let the world know. You're a weirdo. You posted your son. Okay, post your bond pictures that you have in your phone.
The firstborn took pictures of his genitalia, and this is how he and the child's mother handled it.
I don't know what to say to him. Like, I don't even know. It's like some kid shit. Like, maybe he was bored, probably. But maybe.
Well, that was an honest reaction. Blueface says he didn't know what to say to his kid. He didn't know how to handle it. And we saw where he was talking to his child and asking him, well, why did he do it? And Blueface was actually shy. I saw where he had a lot of love for his son, but he really did not know how to handle that situation with his child taking the phone and taking a picture of his genital. He didn't know how to answer it. He didn't know what to say to his child. In fact, he was asking the public to send him some answers on how he can handle the situation. And I'm telling you guys, when these type of problems arise, you just have to handle it. And, you know, each child is different. There's no guide on parenting. Now, he was very bashful in confronting his son with it. However, the mother took the phone away and, you know, she said he's not going to get the phone back. That's how she handled it. Blueface handled it more gentler and calmer, and not to make the child feel so ashamed that he did something that was so horrible. So he kind of let him down easy. Each parent will handle a situation like that in a different manner. But the one thing you have to not let the child feel so ashamed of themselves for doing anything that is out of the norm. So guys, you're free to drop your comments. Don't forget to hit the like bell as you come onto the page and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so as yet. How would you all handle a situation like that? If your child took the phone, your young child, 6 years old, this child is 6, and took a picture of the genitalia area, how would you handle a situation like that? Now, his mother took the phone away and she said he's not going to get the phone again, ever again. And Blueface talked to the child and said, well, why did you do it? And the child said, he just felt like doing it. And Blueface said, okay. You know, what else? He couldn't find anything else to say. You know, he did not want to shame the child, in other words. These are real life situations that can happen to any one of us. So I'm just wondering, how would you guys handle it if it arises in your family? So here is Blueface talking to his son about taking these pictures of his genitals.
Don't say it. Right, what made you take those pictures? To you? Yeah. So yeah, I guess he was just, I'm done with his son. I ain't gonna do like that, but what's up with you? How you taking pee-pee pictures at 6? Like, what do you gotta say about that? Sorry. Sorry? I'm good. I'm good, huh? My dog, though. I don't know what that was about. See, y'all be on here like, why is he asking his son if he about his sexuality? Why is he asking? Man, we went through his photo gallery. This little nigga got pictures. That's my look though. That's my nigga though. I don't know what he was on, but he was on something. He was on something. Shit was crazy. My baby mama looking at me like, talk to him. I'm like, I don't know what to say. Wait, what is a hot dog? It was a hot dog without the bun. I go in the mirror and I'll take a butt naked picture like, damn, I'm looking good. That's how you was feeling? Yes. I'm free. I don't you ain't on no gay stuff. You ain't gay, right? That's all that. We cool.
Now that's the part where people found to be alarming when he asked his son, you ain't gay, right? And it was kind of inappropriate to ask a 6-year-old that question. So clearly, Blueface does not have good parenting skills.
Well, yeah, tell me what y'all would do. You feel me? Y'all get y'all little 6-year-old. You get him one of your little iPhones. You feel me? Like, here, feel me? Play games and do what you do on there. You go through the photo gallery and it's fixing there. Like, what you gonna tell your, what you gonna tell, cuz? You feel me? I need advice. I ain't know what to tell him. Wait, why did it look bad? But he held his own. We like, why you do that? He's like, cause I wanted to. He's like, cause of me. I'm like, alright. I go in the mirror and I'll take you feel me? A butt nigga. His mama pretty much saying she never gonna give him his phone back. But the way I see it, I'm thinking, you feel me? Yeah, you don't need a, you don't need a phone. Just play games and shit on it.
So it appears as if the mom is very strict with the child, and Blueface is more like his buddy. He is like the father that plays with the kids, and the kid really wants to be around the dad. There was another video where Blueface was leaving the house and the child was crying because he said when Blueface leaves, the mom is going to be mean to him. And Blueface was trying to console the child and tell the child, well, your mom is not going to be mean to you. And so that's a relationship that this child have with both parents. The mother is very strict, and Blueface is not as strict. So the child likes being around Blueface. And a lot of families are like that, where one parent is the heavy and the other one is the light one. Good cop, bad cop kind of thing. And so that's how Blueface and the child's mom handled this particular situation. Drop your comments. How would you have handled a situation like this? I'd like to know. Drop it in the comment section. Hit the like bell and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so as yet. I'm over and out. I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you for watching.